Alright guys, well, for anybody that's watching this after it's live, the discount code for 10% off all the ropes at RubuckNevada.com is Grateful 2025. That's Grateful 2025. So, appreciate you guys ordering a rope. Anyways, gonna rope the dummy here. Talk about whatever chat wants to talk about. Start seeing some people trickling in. How's it going, guys? A nice fall day here. Thought we'd rope the dummy and talk about some ropes or something like that. If you're here for the discount code, it's Grateful 2025. How's everybody doing out there? Everybody out there? Says I got 16 of you watching. Just some of you say hello. If you're here for the discount code, it's Grateful 2025. 10% off all the ropes at RubuckNevada.com, including this gold mine. Probably my favorite rope so far. Even beats out that silverback that I use so much. You guys see Henry and Luke? I don't think you can. They are right there. Every time I throw my rope, they act like dingbats over it. How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land today? Fix you guys there. Chat's awfully quiet today. You guys out there, or what's the deal? Where's everybody from? There we go. We got some chats coming in now. Illinois. I stink. Yeah, it's been a while since I've roped a dummy. Hi, colonist. I did some team roping when I was in high school and college, and now I stick to either roping to do my job or get into some of like the big loop ropings, stuff like that. Thanks, Katie. I'm kind of rusty. I haven't roped a dummy in quite a while. I haven't had time lately. Be 35 here in a couple weeks. Breakaway roper, all right. That's pretty good. I'm glad to see breakaway roping's growing like it is. You'd probably get along pretty good with this rope. Call it the gold mine. It's got, I don't know if the camera can see that. It's got 3 lead cores in it. Pretty heavy, a lot heavier than like your average poly. I imagine if you cut it down to 22 or whatever, how many feet you guys use for the breakaway ropers, you'd get along with it pretty well. So that's, I don't know if you're, oh, you have that? Nice. Nice. That's, I guess if I was breakaway roping, that's the rope I'd be using. Don't know if you follow the channel normally or not. But we got a sale on all these ropes going on right now at my website, truebucknevada.com. The discount code is Grateful2025. Good for 10%, save you some money there. Who said they were from Illinois here? Let's see. Let's go back here. Kirklow. Hi, Susan. Kinsey's also do barrel racing. All right. That's pretty good. That's how I met my wife. She was a barrel racer when I met her. I'm off today. Has been a while since I broke the dummy and worked on any of my turnover loops, and it definitely shows. Let's switch things up a little bit. I'm gonna go to this Pit Viper here. A little bit more lightweight. It's not got quite as much body as that Gold Mine, but that Gold Mine's basically brand new. This Pit Viper's been broke in pretty good. Working better. How's it going, Maddie? Kimchi, good to see you. Hi, Cookie. Cookie, I got 2 t-shirts on the website for you. Because everything I film's always first person, the only picture I had of me roping anything from like a third person perspective was almost 10 years old, and it wasn't good enough quality to put on a shirt. It would have been all pixelated and looked horrible. But I put 2 up there that you might like. If there's something special you want, just let me know. Leave it, I don't know, leave it in the comments of a video or something, and I'll try and do it for you, Cookie. Doing good, Maddie. Yeah, you're welcome, Cookie. Like I said, I don't know if they're what you want, but I thought they were all right. Hopefully I'll get... Oh, thanks, Kimchi. Hi, Tim. Good to see you guys in here. So, for those of you that just got here, the discount, the 10% discount on RubeckNevada.com on all the ropes I sell is Grateful 2025. It's Grateful 2025. I'll try and remember to say that a lot during the live stream. Sigma guy, I'm just practicing some roping. Yep, that's it. I got rope right, or a dummy right there. I got a couple different ropes here. I haven't been practicing a lot, so I'm a little bit rusty, but yeah, and chatting. Oh yeah. I've spent most of my life riding horses, Tim. Yeah. Yep, there's a rooster crawling around here. He's kind of a noisy little thing. How are you there, Rumpelstiltskin? If I remember right, you were from... Oh gosh. India or Germany? I remember seeing you on here last time I did a live stream a couple weeks ago. Cookies is one rooster. Yeah, he's our neighbor's rooster. Yeah, Tim, I've been doing this pretty much all my life. I grew up in Nevada on a ranch, and it's just been a part of my life. Cookie, I'm the same way. I don't really want the rooster, but he's a neighbor's rooster, so kind of does whatever he wants. Can you please name a car for an edit? Like just any car? I got to stick true to my roots. I either got to say a Dodge Ram or the Ford F-Series. I have 3 Dodge Rams, so I'd be kind of it'd be weird not to say Dodge Ram. I've got an 85, a 2002, and a 2005. Ranches are a lot of work. Here, Juan, I'll take you over and I'll show you my 85. That's kind of a cool pickup. It's been in the family since before I was. Let me see. I try not to point my phone certain directions because my neighbors their houses around here. So I'm gonna get up here and then I'll turn it around. But that's the old girl there. I got that rack on the back so I could haul a horse in it. But she just got a 318 4-speed. Truck's got like 520,000 miles on it. So she needs some love. You can see she's missing the mirror, and I have the tailgate. I just don't have it. I don't have it on it right now. But I welded up the racks myself. So then the 2002's right there, hooked to the horse trailer, and then the 2005's right over there. So yeah, Cookie, that truck's not ever going anywhere. None of these trucks are. So I hope that helped with whatever you got going there, Juan. But yeah, it's that old yellow truck. If I ever hit the lottery, that old yellow truck's going to the body shop. Let me see here. Trying to turn you guys where you see that. I bumped the stand when there we go. I bought the 2005 in 2011 when I proposed to my then girlfriend, but my wife now. Instead of having a wedding ring, I gave her the keys to the truck. She didn't know I bought anything. So, and yeah, Cookie's exactly right. The yellow truck, it'll start when all the rest of them won't. All right, see you in a bit, Big City. Tim, there's a bunch of reasons. Most common is that they need to be doctored. I need to give them some medicine of some sort. I broke the rule number 1 of what? Okay, Cookie, what rule is that? Big City, hold on. No, I'll go back. Let me look through that. Let me finish answering Tim's question. They might need some medicine, or maybe they've gotten like onto a road or something, and they're not being respectful, not going back where they need to. Cattle are just like any other animal. They have a set of rules that they need to follow, and you can rope them to discipline them too, is kind of unusual as that is to say. All right, Big City, I'm looking. Oh, no, you bet, Big City. Hi, Gary. How are you? No white shoes? Yep, I'd be on a horse. That's exactly it. I've got a bunch of them over there, Tim. Hey, Cookie, it's my day off. I can wear my comfortable tennis shoes if I want. This is easier that way. Oh my gosh. Yesterday was my other day off. Tim says you should practice on the horse. Normally, I either stand like up on a hay bale or a water trough or something because that elevation change does make a difference. And I was being lazy today and didn't saddle a horse. I need to put shoes on. A couple of my horses, anyways. Practice like you fight, how we did it in the military. That's an excellent way to think about it, Tim. Like I said, typically for roping, I'll stand up on something that'll give me some elevation. With horses, how do I explain this in a quick manner? With horses, their rest time and their time off is as important for them as actually training and working on them. And my horses are all kind of rested up right now. But like I said, I'm just kind of being lazy. I could go get Rush, I guess. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Cookie. I don't know. What do you think, Cookie? Should we go get Rush? Let's see if he'll behave himself today. I haven't rode Rush in a month or better. And also, if you guys hear the fighter jets flying over, don't panic. It's normal here. If you put some boots on. No, Tim, most of these are 35s, 18s, and 16s. I live under the takeoff path from Naval Air Station Fallon. Where are the shoes? Oh my gosh. You guys are really going to make me do this, huh? Tell you what, if I get one super chat, I'll go get a horse and wear my tennis shoes. I'm that kind of lazy today. I used to work on 18s, avionics. All right. Well, thank you for your service, Tim. Well, I would ride him bareback. I'm not putting a saddle on him, Cookie. Told you, I'm being lazy today. I just liked and subscribed. Thanks, Tim. We all know I'm broke. Join the club, Cookie. It's all good. Oh yeah, I miss a lot, Tim. I miss a lot. I haven't roped the dummy or been practicing probably in a month or better, so I am pretty rusty. as you see me post videos or you go through and watch other videos that I have posted, Tim, ask all the questions you want. Ask all the questions you want because I love to answer them. Yeah, Cookie, I grow my beard out every winter. So I'll shave it off. Usually I shave it off the 1st of April. All right. You guys entertain yourselves for a couple minutes. I'll go get Rush. I'll be right back. I'm going to do this though. All right. Most of you guys, you know Rush. Back up. He's a 4-year-old. He's half Clydesdale, half quarter horse. His full name is Rush Limbaugh. So, anyways, I'll tie his hackamore here and climb on him, and we'll rope the dummy from a horseback. Like the band? No, Rush Limbaugh, like the conservative talk show host. I was a really big Rush Limbaugh listener, and the horse Rush was born just a couple weeks after Rush Limbaugh died. So that's how he got his namesake. Huh. I affectionately call him Monster. You guys can guess why. Sometimes I joke that I'm like Dr. Frankenstein and he's my creation. Yeah, he likes everybody, Tim. He's a very friendly kind of horse. Not like the Mustang. The Mustang doesn't like anybody. Thanks, Martel. No, there's no reason to be scared, Tim. I mean, some of them, but not this one. F-18 flying over. Just Cookie, you're not helping Tim's fear of horses. Tim, the Naval Air Station that I live next to is where the Top Gun guys train. I don't know if that's what they're doing right now or not, but it's always kind of cool. That's this little town's claim to fame. See, now it's hard for me to read the comments, you guys. Oh, hold on. Okay. You used to work on the F-14. All right. Didn't trust the horse to attack me, so he didn't trust me. Why get close to a 1,000-pound animal you don't trust? An adrenaline rush. I rodeoed through high school and college, so I was dang sure on there. A lot of them's backs that I guess you could say they didn't trust me. No, I rode bucking horses. So I'm going to turn you guys around for just a second because I'm going to adjust my tripod here. That way I can see it from a horseback up here. Okay, monster. All right, sorry about that. Riding hurts my ass and legs. Kind of like going to the gym. If you don't do it consistently, it can make you pretty sore. All right, let me get you guys clipped back into the tripod here now. All right, that should work better. So this is kind of like the pugil sticks of the horseback world right now, Tim, because I'm a horseback and I'm roping, but I don't have a saddle on. Would you not knock that over, please? Thank you. Cookie, riding bareback's great for your balance and for your core strength. It'll help all of your other ridings. If you mean as of right now, I can't tell you to put a saddle on a horse if I was too lazy to put a saddle on a horse. That's just not fair. finally missed. Yeah, so that shot, Tim, is called the Del Viento. And if you notice, I don't know how well how do I say this? I don't know how well you can see it from just being on a phone, but that shot actually goes wide right, too far past, and then when I pull it down, it comes back onto the calf's neck. Some guys say that's the hardest shot that a white boy can throw. I don't think it is, personally. I'll see if I can throw a... Yeah, there was... Go Gringo, exactly. There was a lot there in that shot. I'll see if I can throw a turnover headshot. So the end goal is this one will catch the calf around the neck, but I'll throw it up, and then the loop will actually invert and drop down onto the calf's neck. I might have enough room here. The tree might get in the way. So if you guys need me to adjust the camera so you can see something better, just let me know. Oh, missed that one. Yep, so that shot inverts itself and then falls. You can use that shot like in real life if like you're trying to rope a calf and there's a cow between you and that calf, because you throw that shot up in the air, it'll clear over that cow, and when it turns over, it'll just kind of fall straight down. So depending how you actually throw your rope, the English you put on it, so to speak, you can control when that loop turns over. And then if you notice, I actually hold on to that rope after I throw it, so I can let it get to a certain point out in space and then stop its travel or even bring it back just a little bit. Pretty useful once you get really proficient with them. I'm not quite there yet. That's pretty advanced roping. Starting to get into the really advanced roping stuff. So if you notice on all the shots I've thrown so far, Tim, the swing of the rope is counterclockwise. Now I'm right-handed, but because I'm using the forward-facing camera on my phone to do the live stream, it appears left-handed to you guys, I think. This next shot I will throw, and I'll be using a clockwise rotation, so the whole everything is backwards basically. Yeah, Mohammed, those were a bunch of F-18s out of the Naval Air Base here. It happens all the time. They're just going out to practice. Can you catch mosquitoes with that rope? Well, if you're good enough. This is a pit viper. I used this pit viper on one of my teams at the Brannaman Pro-Am. So they're pretty good feeling rope to me. Not a ton of body, a little bit of weight to them. The pit viper, the silverback, and the gold mine are my 3 favorite ropes that I sell. In terms of throwing the fancy shots, my favorite rope just to pack to work with me is a cotton rope. Okay, Tim. I'm gonna add a little bit of distance to it this time. Piece of cake. What are you doing? Why are you trying to knock that over? Brush. Really? Rush says hi. He's kind of like a giant toddler. What else you guys want to see? You still there, Tim? All right. No worries. Okay, did you see the... Oh, did you see... I know on your guys' end of things, I think it looks like I'm left-handed, but I'm actually right-handed. It's because I'm using the front-facing camera on my phone. Did you see the shot that was thrown? Oh, you didn't see the inverted one. Okay, well, we'll just go back through them again then. I'm going to kind of leave that tipped up a little bit because a lot of these shots go up into the air. So we'll go back. The inverted one's called a turnover. You're good, Tim. I need the practice. It's all good, man. Oh, too far. I overthrew it. Do it again here for you. There's your turnover, Tim. Was the phone pointed up enough you guys could see it turn over? Or was I out of the frame? Or... All right, okay, so what I was just starting to say and what you missed is go down and right a bit. So down and that way, or no, probably more that way, I guess. I know on your guys' end, I think it looks like I'm left-handed. I'm right-handed, but I'm using the forward-facing phone on my camera, so it does the mirror image thing. All of the shots I've thrown so far, the rope, I've been swinging it in a counterclockwise rotation. The next shot I'll throw with a clockwise rotation, and instead of having just the just the loop in my hand, I'll put a couple of these coils in my hand to allow it to fly further. This is called a hula hand. This is one of the first things you should learn after you get the basics down. It's also, this one will probably be 25 feet. Just had somebody come into the place on a dirt bike here that I don't recognize. Kind of interesting. Oh well. He's leaving. No, it's a dude, Tim. Calm down. Calm down. Take it easy. He's leaving. I'm gonna try and throw these. Are you armed? If my house ever burns down, Tim, just tell the fire department to stay back. We'll just leave it at that. Start like 25 feet from these. I can throw these accurately up to about 35 feet, and then my accuracy starts falling off. So we'll see. Wow. So you had me distracted, Tim. I would have to tell the fire department to stay back. Anyways, we'll go back out and we'll throw that shot again. Yeah, Rush is pretty awesome kind of guy. He's pretty relaxed. All right, we'll move back a little bit further and throw it again now. Yeah, you guys see down the driveway pretty good. This rope's 60 foot, Tim. I have made on a real cow, I have made about a 45, maybe a 47 foot throw. That's the longest I've ever made. And that's getting out there pretty good because most cattle's flight zone are a lot closer than that. Well, I got about throw while Rush is running. Not without a saddle. My health insurance is not that good. There's a ton of videos on my channel where I'm doing stuff like that, Tim. You'll have to binge watch them all. And like I said, ask all the questions you'd like. I don't mind answering them at all. I've got about 5 or 10 minutes here, and then I got to go wake my little girl up from her nap. But we'll put Rush back here. We'll let him get a bite of hay for his efforts. How about that? Here you go, monster. You not too hungry or what? All right. Yeah, he deserves it. He was a good boy. I'll hop off him here. Okay. For perspective, I'm 5'10", and he's right there somewhere-ish. He's a big boy. Yeah, David, I'm roaning. It's just the roan gene showing up in me. But definitely hairing up for that time of year. How are you doing? It's good to see you again. I'm gonna set you guys right there for a moment. Turn him loose, and then I think Rush enjoys being with people in general. It doesn't matter if it's working hard all day or just kind of something relaxing like that. He's just happy to be with people. He has such a good demeanor. Tim, I tell you what, I know you're new to the channel here. I will take you around and introduce you to all the horses here, because they're kind of the stars of the channel. So Rush is on the right. He might go have him a roll. He does like to roll after he gets worked. Hi Gary, how are you today? This other little guy in here with Rush, his name is Trapper John, and he is a full sibling to Rush, but he's 3 years younger. He will be 2 this coming spring, so he's 1.5 years old right now. Yes, there is the leader, and we will get over to him here in a second. So again, that's Rush being overly friendly. Little Trapper John here. These are 2 of my wife's horses. We got Kelly and Rogue, and that mare on the end there, watch out Trapper, that mare on the end right there is Rush and Trapper's mother. And then this filly right here, yep, that's exactly it. This filly right here is Hot Lips Houlihan. She's another full sibling to Rush and Trapper. Just wait, it gets better, Tim. So, Tim, I have a whole bunch of videos featuring Hot Lips. She's young. She's only got like 8 or 9 rides on her right now. She's a 3-year-old this year. And I've documented every ride I've done with her, I think. Maybe I missed one. And she's coming along great. Bay, that's not you. That horse there, that's Luke. He's a Mustang. This show sucks. I'm guessing one of my wife's co-workers hacked her phone, and I have a feeling I know which one. So that's Luke. He's a Mustang. He's kind of the old man now. He's entering retirement. And this is Henry Blake. He's a 5-year-old. He's kind of the main workhorse right now. Why so many horses? Because when I get into my busy time of the year, you cannot ride, love Jen, exactly. You cannot ride the same horse every day you know, 6 or 7 days a week, you'll cripple him. So I have, right now I've got Luke, Henry, Rush, and Hot Lips that I will do my job on. So I try and space them out and keep everybody in shape but not overworked. Got to have tools. Exactly, David. That's a great way to put it. Captain, I don't have a set schedule for streaming. I do try and release a video every Tuesday and every Friday. In terms of streaming, though, I don't really have a set schedule. So here's a better shot of those two where you guys aren't looking right into the sun. But you know, Luke's in the front and Henry's in the back. Luke is a Mustang. He's probably 25 years old now, and he's been a hell of a good horse for me. Used him a lot. And Henry is the perfect Colonel Henry Blake. So, all right, guys. Well, has anybody got any last questions or thoughts? Really? You're so awkward. You are an awkward thing. So, horses have, this is what he wants, right above their front teeth right there where my index finger is, they have a spot that when you rub it, it releases endorphins, because when they were nursing their mother when they were babies, it would hit that. So if I did that with my right hand, I could have held on to it and rubbed it longer, and you'd see him yawn and roll his eyes and stuff like that when I got done. But can you catch wild horses making theirs, or is that illegal? That is illegal, Tim. However, you can go through government programs and adopt them, which is what Luke had happen. He was gathered out of Central Nevada by the government, and he went through that program, and Luke was a pretty good outlaw for a while. And I got him because he grabbed one of my goddaughters by her hair and threw her over the fence. And my buddy calls me and says, if you don't come get this horse, I'm going to kill him. And I said, well, I'll come get him. So I took him. That was 2018, and he's made a really good horse for me. Yeah, Luke was an asshole. Hi, Kelly. Luke was definitely not cool to be around. Captain, when I'm leading him a short distance, let me think. So my hackamore set up here. I'll show you for the hackamore. My hackamore set up. Those are the reins there over his neck, of course. The hackamores have that McCarty that comes off it. So that's how I will lead, by that. Now, when I run a bridle, hey kids. When I run a bridle, let me see, it is not in this tack room. Sorry for the super close up, guys. So I'll just grab another little rope to tie and show you guys real quick. There, Captain. I run a get down rope when I run a horse that has a bit in his mouth. So oops. I'll put you guys right there. There's the owners and me, Tim. I'm the only hired guy. Come here, Henry. So if I can get that phone to stay there, I should have just went grab my tripod. So this isn't the rope I normally use for my get down rope, but what I'll do is I'll take and I'll tie a knot in it here, like so. And that ends up looking like this once it's finished, and that will not pull tight around his neck. So I'll have my bridle on, and then I'll just set my bridle reins over his saddle horn, and then this rope will stay in my belt or my shaps or something like that. And that's how I like to lead them. The way a spade bit is, and you probably know this, Captain, but the way a spade bit is, when the bit is in the horse's mouth, see if I can turn him sideways, and it's at that angle, about there-ish, the rein chains are adding weight to the end of the bit, and that's allowing that bit to sit at that angle, and it's a neutral position for that horse. It's not digging into his tongue or up onto the roof of his mouth. However, when you pull those reins out and you're leading him by that, especially if it's like a full spoon spade, you've essentially taken all that weight and changed how it is, and you're either making that spoon dig into his tongue or into the roof of his mouth. And it's probably, Henry, it's probably pretty uncomfortable for him, which is why I don't like to lead by bridle reins. If you're riding a horse, Gary, they're coming from Alabama. But if you have a horse in a snaffle bit, I don't mind leading one in a snaffle bit. I think in the past year I rode a snaffle bit horse once, and that was because it was a company horse from a place I was day working. Tim, you hang around long enough, you'll get schooled up on all the cowboy vocabulary. Keep asking questions, Tim. I love teaching people. It's probably the most fun thing about having my YouTube channel. Hi, Ollie. Yeah, and Captain, kind of the biggest thing is it's a win and roam concept. If you're riding somebody's horses and they ask you to do something one way with that horse, do it that way out of respect for them. You know, and if it, like I said, if it's just a snaffle or a real small port or something like that, you can get away with it. But the full spades, it just upsets the balance in the bit. So I'll be 35 here in a couple weeks. Ollie, good to see you again, by the way. So, all right, guys, last chance for any questions before I sign off of here, before Henry gets crazy. Which bit do you typically like to use? I prefer spade bits. Full spades. I ride Luke in a Mona Lisa. Tim, which that's just a different kind of bit. But Captain, I ride Luke in a Mona Lisa. I had him, he'd been straight up in the spade for about 3 months, and I was packing a bunch of salt out on the desert, and I had three or four pack horses with me, and I'd staged all my salt with a pickup truck, so I had a big pile of salt blocks. And Tim, what that means is I had myself and 3 horses behind me that had saddles on that I could carry 4 50-pound salt blocks. And because you have to scatter salt on the desert for cattle. Oh yeah, this one's the nuisance, Tim. He's a child. He will get into anything. But anyways, I was stepped off of Luke and just had my reins draped over the saddle horn and had his get down rope over the saddle horn also. He was really good about not leaving, so I could trust him, and was loading all the salt on my pack horses. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but the string of pack horses all had this big fit and they come unstitched. And when they did, Luke got kind of crossed up in the middle of them, and they're all tied together. And he ran off with them, and when he did, somehow the bridle reins got flipped over his head, and he stepped on the romal, and it cut his tongue really bad. When I finally caught him that day, I thought he'd cut his tongue off because there was so much blood coming out of his mouth. So I put him back in the hackamore for several months, and in a full spade, he's really, really hard-mouthed because of the scar tissue now. So I just ride him in that little Mona Lisa, and he gets along with it better. Type of horse do you like? Henry here's full quarter horse. Luke's a Mustang. Rush and Hot Lips and Trapper, they're half quarter horse, half Clydesdales. Gary, I tell you what, yeah, I don't have Dalton tie any of the. Do you want just a regular, like the, no, Tim, I don't have any donkeys. Gary, do you want just the regular, oh gosh, dang it, the knot in the end of it, just a regular stopper and not a Honda, or did you want like a cowpuncher knot on the tail of the rope? I can't think of the knot they tie on the end of those ropes now. A rosebud? Yeah, Tim, next live stream, when you're on, I'll go through the parts of a rope and it'll make more sense. No, it's not a rosebud knot. It's a... Dang it. I could tie the stupid thing. I just can't remember what it's called. You're a sailor? You know, you know way more about knots than I do then. I tangle stuff up. Because if I can't tie a knot, I tie a lot. A Matthew Walker knot, that's it. Thank you, Gary. So you want just the Matthew Walker in it and no Honda? Or I tell you what, Gary, do you still have my phone number? 14 years in the Navy. Thank you for your service, Tim. I kind of figured you said you was in the Navy when you were working on Tomcats. Can I help you? Nothing on the tail. Okay. So just a Matthew Walker. He's saying he wants dinner, but we're still a couple hours too early for dinner. So just a Matthew Walker knot, no Honda, and then the regular shrink wrap on the tail. Okay. Yeah, order your rope, Gary. When I see your order come through, I will let the powers to be know not to tie the Honda in the end of it. Just the Matthew Walker knot and then the shrink wrap on the tail. Naval Air Station Fallon, Tim. You too, Captain. Thanks for asking the questions. And as always, don't be scared to ask them on the comments of the videos. I'll answer them on there too. Gary, the discount code for 10% off all my ropes right now is Grateful 2025. Grateful 2025. Tim, that's Nevada. I'm about an hour outside of Reno. Don't you bite me. You better run. He just tried to bite my pants. You're in Phoenix. All right. I wish the weather was as warm here right now as it is in Phoenix. I don't like the cold personally. He bites because he's an 1,100-pound toddler. He's only a 3/8 triple soft. Okay, Gary, I'm gonna screenshot that real quick. Gary, send me an email. That way I have your email address. I know we are out of stock on some of the tracers right now, and I will make sure that we have those in stock, and I'll email you back. Does that sound like a deal? They're more trustworthy than humans, Tim. This one ain't gonna shoot me in the back. Adios, David. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna wrap this up here pretty quick. Ollie Nunez, I've got them all the way from 1.5 to 25 years old and everywhere in between. So Tim, a tracer is a type of rope that I sell. The ropes that I was roping with earlier are poly blend, like polyurethane blend. We just call them polys. Those are typically a little softer, a little heavier, basically. And a tracer is primarily a nylon rope that's got some of the strands are poly. DK, I don't know about that. He's always been really nice in here. So what the ropes are made out of dictates a lot on how they feel. No idea what that is, Graham. Okay, Gary. Yep, I'll be looking forward to your email. I'll get in touch with you. I'll make sure that I think it's the double extra soft that we're really low on, or maybe even out of. I think the triple extra soft are still good to go. So I will give 310 a call tomorrow, because I think they're closed already for the day, because they're a couple hours ahead of me. Yeah, they're closed for the day. So I don't make the ropes, Tim. I have a collaboration with a company called 310 Ranch Life, and I sell their ropes. So the favorite color, I like all colors. Ollie, they're all pretty good. So okay, guys, I gotta go wake my little girl up, or she is gonna be an absolute maniac this evening. I appreciate everybody being on the live stream today. Make sure and check the website out. There's some merch on there. Get you some coffee mugs. Why do you guys nerd out on ropes? Because a good rope can make the difference between a live calf and a dead calf. When that calf grows up and goes to the sale barn, right now is between $3,000 and $4,000. So a good rope for me is just as good a piece of equipment as, say, a really high quality multimeter for a mechanic, or a scan tool or something like that. It's just tools of the trade. You know, mechanics, they nerd out on snap-on tools, and we nerd out on ropes and horses and saddles. Do you want to say anything else? So, alrighty, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the next live stream sometime. Adios.